Hello again. We're going to try this again. We've tried the Cast-O-Matic program quite a few times, and it's dumped me out every time. But anyway, we're using QuickTime. We're going to create a vintage concert poster. I have a sample here. It's the Isle of Wight Festival back in 1970, but I'm going to create something slightly newer, not too much. Anyway, so I've already created an image. It's 8.5 by 14, 300 dpi. I'm going to go quickly through this because I only have 5 minutes, but there you go. All right. So we want to create this pink, yellow, green gradient background. So up top, I'm going to click on my gradient tool. I'm going to go up top, and I've done this quite a few times, as you can tell. I'm going to create new. Okay, creates an image. Now I'm going to click on my little pink guy here. Here, let's do something else. Let's start there. We're going to click there. Now, if I go outside of the gradient editor, I'll be able to click on the pink that I want. There it is. I'm going to go to the center. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to click on the yellow. This yellow is a little grungy looking. I want something a little brighter so the black pops off of it. So I'm going to select, that's good. It's a little brighter. And then over here, I'm going to select green, and it's lovely. So I'm going to click OK. First thing I want to do is I got to drag this down. We're going to create a new layer. We're going to call it rainbow, just so we know where it's at. And we're going to click OK. I am going to click on my gradient tool. I'm already there. Click at the top, hold down my shift key so it gives me a straight gradient down. Get to the bottom, let go. Presto. Okay, now I'm going to take my layer, I'm going to pull it down lower. If you can see this, I've already created it a few times. I'm going to grab my marquee tool. We want to put a white border around this. So we're going to go up to Edit, click on Stroke. 50 is good. I'm going to select Color. I'm going to select White. And all the rest of this inside. That's what you want. Okay. So we're already 2.5 minutes in, and we haven't gotten to where we want to go. So give it a minute. It'll create the... I'm working on an old computer using an older version of Photoshop, so it's a little slow. All right, so I have my background. Looks very similar to that one. So now I'm going to add my title, and I'm going to create a vintage poster of CBGB. Now, CBGB is a club in New York back in the early 70s. They had a lot of punk bands, you know, different kind of bands, the Police, Talking Heads, Ramones, and so on. And how I did that was I selected my text tool, and I clicked, and I just type in CBGB, and look. Now you select that, and you can change it to whatever color, whatever font you want. This font is rosewood. That's perfect. Kind of looks westerny, because originally CBGB was going to be a western club. It stands for Cowboys, Blues, and something else. I don't know. But anyway, so we got CBGB, and I also went ahead and I already have my presents in there. And then the headlining act is going to be the Ramones. So these are all text layers that I've already created for time. What I do want to show you is we want to put our image in. And we want it to have this old vintagey look. So I'm going to go out and find the grayscale image I found off Google Images earlier. It's going to pull it up in a new file. These are the Ramones. And I'm going to, what I want to do is I'm going to make it into a bitmap black and white image. So I'm going to take this, we have to make it a grayscale, and then we're going to take that image and make it into a bitmap. And we're going to flatten it, yes. And we're going to select 50% threshold, 100 pixels, and it's going to dirty it up a little bit, give it that vintage poster look. So what we want to do is we'll change it back to grayscale so it'll be compatible with our other file. And I'm going to pull it. You can pull it out of there just so you have access to the other one. Okay, now You can drag this layer into the layer of the other file just by doing that, and you get your picture. So we're going to enlarge it. I'm sorry I'm moving quickly, but again, we have limited amount of time. I'm going to enlarge it. Okay. Then I'm going to grab my marquee tool, and I actually want to trim it down a little bit. We're going to trim a little bit off the left, trim a little bit off the right, and we're going to trim the bottom a bit, make it more landscape. Come on. And where are we at? All right. Get off there. Pull it up here with the other ones from earlier. I'm going to center the image a little bit, and in order to give it that authentic vintage concert poster look, we got to get rid of this white. So we're going to grab the magic wand. We're going to click on the white. Now I have it select tolerance 100 anti-alias. It's going to grab all the white in that image, and I'm going to hit delete. And that gets rid of all the white. See how that blends nicely? Now it's starting to look more like a vintage poster. Okay. So there's more than one act going to be at the CBGB. So I went ahead and, using my text tool, I created some more headliners. We have Blondie, Iggy Pop, and so on. And when are they going to be there? They're going to be there Friday through Sunday, June 20th through the 22nd. And where is this club? It's in New York City, or it was in New York City. And then I threw in another image of Blondie since she's the second headliner. And what I did was, in reference to the images, the new image that I have, I want to drop the opacity down to about 80% so it blends a little bit more into the background. And the same with the Ramones. Oh, we're gonna, it's at 80%, okay. So that gives you the vintage poster look, similar to the sample that I had. And what you can do is you can save this as a JPEG or a PDF, take it to Staples, have them print it out. You'd have yourself a vintage CBGB poster for your band cave or your whatever. So that's it. Thank you very much.